Hello, guys. My story, very normal people. So today we have Anthony. He is one of my friends, and today he is in our show. Welcome, Anthony, or Tony, as I like to call you.
Thank you very much, Arthur. Thank you. I really appreciate to be in your program, My Story, Very Normal People.
So
Thank
I
you.
I really like the story that you sent us in the very beginning of the channel, and
hmm
it's a pleasure now to have you on our show as a writer as well. But
Oh,
please,
yeah,
you
thank you.
tell us a little bit about yourself. Who is Anthony?
Okay. Anthony is someone who is from Kenya, Africa. Kenya is a country in Africa. That's where I was born. And that's where I was raised up. And I've come all along, and I am a motivational speaker as we speak today.
Mhm,
So basically, this is who Anthony is in a nutshell.
mhm.
hmm
So now you have written a book, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So tell us something about your book. What do you write about?
Well, thank you very much for asking me a good question as that one. As I said, I'm a motivational speaker, and I have been going to places and speaking to people and telling people to be the best version of themselves, to live life to the full, and to be good people. So as I have been going to places, people have been asking me, now you've told us a good thing, but we don't have something on our hands to remember you with, to leave us with, so that we can remember exactly what you've told us. And this is why I came up with the book. And yes, so that I may reach even more people than I have been reaching as I have been going to places. So that's why I have come up with a book.
Mhm. So, still, you had something in your mind for which category of people you write on your book, or who is going to read your book? Who are the people that will read your book and you'll be happy for them to have the book?
Yeah, as I've been telling people to become the best version of themselves,
Mhm.
I like going to speak to the youth
Okay.
because the youth is one of the most important periods in the life of a person. It's the youth who make, it's at the youth age, and let's say teenagers and people who are early 20s,
Mhm.
who are at a very vulnerable stage in their lives when they make some very important decisions. And it's at this point that it's important to let them know that it is possible for them to change and become good people if they were bad people, or if they were good people to continue being better people in their own life for their own sake and for the sake of the society. So basically, I aim at speaking to the youth, and this is one of the very many some of the very few reasons why I have authored this book, that I may reach as many youth as possible.
Mhm. So,
Yeah.
the title of the book is Be. Mhm. Please say it yourself. Be good.
Yeah, the
For good,
title
right?
of my book, thank you for asking
Yeah,
that,
please.
because people who are watching may even be wondering, what are they talking about? Which book are they speaking about? The
Right.
title of my book is known as Be Good for Good.
Okay. Thank you
And
very much for the
yeah,
screen. That's good.
and there it is. It's a Be Good for Good.
Mhm.
It's basically stories of goodness with lessons on life. There are
Mhm.
stories that I have heard as I was growing up in the village back in Kenya. There are stories that I have also experienced, and I tell of the experiences that I have experienced. And those stories of goodness have lessons in them that can teach someone on how to live and become a better person as they continue to live. So basically, that's the title of the book, and that's
Mhm.
the message in the book.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
when you speak about good, uh, in which aspect do you speak? Do you speak in the moral aspect? Which aspect do you speak about good in your book?
Thank you for asking me about this question. Goodness, I'm speaking on it morally
Mhm.
as a virtue that is worth keeping, being a good person. And basically, I remember when I've been going to some of the schools and giving some of the speeches, someone would come up and ask me, "Hey, Anthony, how can I be a good person?"
Mhm.
And by a good person, they mean that being identified as a good person. I mean, with the morals, you are doing good things and you are speaking good things. And I actually sum it up simply how they can be a good person is by thinking good thoughts, by speaking good words, by doing good deeds. I mean, deeds that are acceptable in the society as good.
Mhm.
And that's the aspect I look at it as being good morally, having good habits, having good words, good speeches. I mean, speaking good in your environment and with the people that you associate with. So generally, people can look at you and say, "Oh, that's a good person," and it's something desirable in our society for someone. And I think, Arthur, you also agree with me that you desire to have people around you whom people can look at and say that's a good person you're associating with in general aspect. So basically, that's the way it is morally
Mhm.
and generally.
Mhm. Okay. Now, to say the truth, the moral thing around now, it's a mess, you know.
Yep.
But anyway, I hope people will find something good as you mean that.
Yeah. And that's the hope too. Now, you see, as I was growing up, my mother used to tell me this, and it's not only tell me this, but it's something that I experienced as I was growing back in the village,
Mhm.
where we had a garden to tender, where we had to go into the garden and bring up some plants up. And my mother always told me this, that a tree
Mhm.
is easily shaped when it's young.
Mhm.
So I go into the garden, I plant a seed, and a tree starts coming up. I can easily shape that tree to grow up straight or to go sideways.
Mhm.
And so this is where the moral all starts from the young ones. And we identify around that the society is a bit, uh, has gone wayward.
Mhm.
And so it's important to remind them and speak to the parents as well and the youth as well and remind them that it's possible to be good people. And as the society is right now, it's spoiled, it's gone wayward. This book, the reason of writing this book also, even if it can be read by the parents, not only the youth,
Mhm.
is that it's possible to recover from where we've gone wrong. We can rethink where we've gone wrong and correct things and move in the right direction to be good people.
Mhm. So,
Mhm.
usually the stories that you use in your book, so they are from your life and like the ones that you told, or is also something else?
Well, thank you for asking that. My book mentions of when I was growing. I was young, and I was under the care of my mother. I was under the care of my grandmother, and we used to sit around a fireplace every evening, and we'll be told some stories like maybe you've heard this story. There was once a lion that caught a mouse and it wanted to eat it. And the mouse pleaded with the lion, "Please let me go. I'm going to help you one day."
Mhm.
And then the lion let the mouse go, only shortly after to be caught in a hunter's net, the lion that is. And the same mouse that he had let go came and ate the net up, gnawed on the net, and let the lion free. So this reminds us that we do not have to despise small. We don't have to look at people in a small way. I mean, despise them, and we have to be kind to people and not do bad things to them.
Hmm.
Now, that's one thing. I was told fables as I was growing up, stories of that nature. The
Hmm.
other things I experienced, and I have told that in the book, we look at, and it's something that I touched on earlier on when I was going to the into the garden. I would look at things around and observe how things are happening and draw life lessons from those experiences. Like I just mentioned, go into the garden, plant a seed, see it coming up, and imagine your life based on the experiences that you are watching the plant go through,
Hmm.
that it has to first and foremost dig deep roots in the ground so that it becomes a strong tree once it grows up. And for us, we should dip our roots in wisdom, and we should have a base and something to support us as we are growing up.
Hmm.
There's another important lesson that I have put there, because we used to plant coffee. We had coffee in our garden, and the tree has grown now. We are harvesting, and then there is something I've put there called pruning. Pruning is when, after we had harvested coffee, we had to go back into the garden and remove the branches that were dried up, remove the trees that we seemed were sapping some energy from the main plant, so that when it comes to the next harvest season, the tree would have grown some healthy beans and plenty of them, because the unproductive branches and trees are not there. We've removed them. And that lesson, I say, we look back into our life and identify areas in our life
Hmm.
that are sapping the energy from us and making us not being productive. So as I observe that tree and imagine our life like that, I sit down and I say, well, I used to prune the tree back then in order for it to be productive in the final end. So what what if I sit down and prune the things in my life that are not productive, so that when it comes to the end of the year, I am going to be a more productive person? And by this I mean, it's not only the resolutions that we make in January. There are things that you can decide right now. I'm going to change even when it's in the middle of the year, so that when it comes to next year, I'm going to be a different person than I am right now. So that was a long story of asking, of answering the question about the stories I had or the stories I experienced. Both
Hmm.
of them combined together are in the book, and they are generally speaking about uh, building yourself up to be a good person, either from an early age or from where you are, and correcting your ways and becoming a better person in life.
Hmm. Okay. Uh, Now you know that there are, let's say, the moment that we're speaking, I don't think there have been so many books. The amount of the books that we already have, I don't think we have had it before. So because we have the past and also, let's say, the present books. So what does, uh, or better to say, what makes your book so unique? Something that
Well,
will, let's say, stand out.
thank you for asking that question. And in actual fact, we have had a lot of books, I
Mhm.
think. And yes, I know we've had a lot of books written on different areas in life. Okay, incidentally, I was searching on the internet and I was searching for my title. After I had decided that it's going to be the title I'm going to use, I couldn't find a title of a book by the name Be Good for Good anyway. So that could be one of the unique things. The other unique thing is, as I have told the stories, maybe stories you've heard before, but it's the stories that I have experienced in my life and I have seen them work in my life that I have added to this book. And these stories, as I tell out there, are unique to someone and they could pass a message more strongly
Mhm.
because I have experienced what I'm speaking, other than just some theory out there being given. So maybe Those are two things that would make it unique.
Mhm. So,
Yeah.
uh, how was your life, let's say, influenced while you were writing the book? What did you, because it's something that you have it in your mind, and it's something else when you start writing that, you know, how your life was influenced from the writing, let's say, that period of
Oh,
time that you were writing the book.
I mean, you're asking from when I was gathering those stories. I
Yes,
mean,
yes, yes. In
reminding.
the moment when you took all the stuff together, let's say, all the stories
Yeah.
together.
Okay. Thank you for the question. I mean, uh, there's something I always tell whomever I am in contact with that. Now we used to hear this when we were growing up, when we were in high school and other when we were schooling, and we used to hear there's something we call peer pressure. And I like reminding people that peer pressure is not only in teenage years. Peer pressure is a lifetime thing. It starts from when you are young. You are influenced by those people that are you are in contact with, and it goes into teenage years, goes into when you're working, you're influenced by other people that are surrounding you on the choices you make, the kind of job that you're going to choose, where you're going to be spending your free time. You are influenced, which kind of car you're going to buy. You're influenced by your friends. And even when in old age, where am I going to spend my old age? It's the stories that you speak about on a daily basis with your friends that are going to influence the choices that you make on a daily basis. And as I was growing up, it's those contacts that I have been having,
Hmm.
either in high school, in when I was younger, even as I started to work, all the contacts that I have come across, they've been influencing me. And this is why I've come up with this. Now, please remember this. There's all kind of information out there. There's all kind of people that you are going to contact with on a daily basis, but it's on you. It's your choice on what to focus on.
Hmm.
So you make it initially, and in which area you're going to focus on, every contact that you're going to be having, which area am I going to focus on, every happening that is going to happen in your life, what am I going to focus on? And it's the contacts that I have had with people,
Hmm.
and I have chosen to focus on the positive things. Decided to focus on the lessons that they would teach me out of their actions, out of their words, and out of everything. And that's where the influence comes from. It's from the contacts and from what you focus on.
Okay, that is the influence that you let's say that you got from other people. I got that.
Yeah.
Now,
Mhm.
while okay, that was meanwhile when you were writing as well, right? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So let's say that everybody has a call, we say, or has a goal. Okay, has a
Yeah.
goal to score. By the way, let's speak a little bit soccer way.
Hmm.
So, so what is the goal in your life, in Anthony's life?
My goal, and as a speaker, I would say, as a speaker, and even the purpose of writing this book
Mm.
is to become a positive influence worldwide. And the desire, and that this could be the purpose of even writing this book, is to reach as many people as I possibly can and influence them with the words that are contained in the book, and that we have millions and millions of people living right, being good people. And as you said, Arthur,
Mhm.
previously, that our society has gone in another direction as we speak. So if I have given this book, and you as Arthur uh, take that book and leave it and influence the next person that is by your side, influence your friends, influence those people you go to church with, those people that you're working with, those that you associate with in everyday life. If you're going to be a positive influence, influence goes one person from one person to the next person. So if this could just influence 1 million people, that's my goal.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Yep.
So, do you think we have forgot something in the interview? Do you think you want to add something else to our, let's say, you want to add something to our knowledge, or maybe something to our feelings with the words that you will say to the audience? You want to say
Um,
something?
what
Or
what I can only repeat myself on that
Mhm.
area and say, and
So
this is reminding the person who is listening out there.
mhm.
It is your choice how you're gonna live your life. And it's your choice whether you're gonna be a good person or not. And my prayer is that you be a good person. And the way that you can do this is always focusing on the good. Focusing on the good by thinking right every single day, thinking right and thinking positive, speaking good words every single day, no matter how things are going around you. Always speak right, speak good,
Mhm.
and every day, with every opportunity, doing every good thing that you can in your life. This is what I'm calling you, the listener. And
Mhm.
it's a choice you make from now and decide that from today, I'm going to take those words and I'm going to make them my own and I'm going to live them for a better me and for a better society that I live in.
Mhm.
That, that could be all that I have to say.
Yeah. Thank you very
Mhm.
much, Anthony. Congratulations for the book, and I hope it's not the first and the last. Okay, we hope we'll have the second and the third and so on. Uh, we hope you all the best, uh,
Thank you very much.
and we hope to
Thank you.
have you
Thank you.
again with the second book and so on. And
Yeah.
yeah, it'll be a pleasure to have you again. And for me,
Thank
yeah, it's so good to have met you, man. So
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
also, Anthony has his own YouTube channel and also other stuff. I'll write all his details where you can find him, and also for the book where people can find your book. We'll write them down to the channel. And
Yeah, yeah, thank you.
yeah, and please
Mhm.
subscribe to his channel, and don't forget, if you haven't done it, to our channel, you are in trouble, guys.
Thank you very much.
Subscribe.
The book is available right now on Amazon for pre-order. And
Okay.
yes, you can always keep track on it from my website, how it's going on, anthonymuiruri.com.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, I'll
thank you
write
very
all
much.
this, Anthony. No worries for that. I will do that. Don't worry.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much again, man. Okay.
Thank you very much, Arthur. I really appreciate being your guest today. And I'm wishing you all the best in everything.
Yeah. Thank
And
you.
I'm wishing you to be good
Thank
for
you.
good.
Guys, don't
Yeah.
forget to subscribe. Till next time.
Yep.
Goodbye, guys.
Bye.